After months of transfer chaos, could this be the signing that finally changes everything for Newcastle? When a Champions League defender moves to St. James' Park for $34 million, you know something massive is happening behind the scenes. What's up, Toon Army? This is NUFC Quick News, your source for raw black and white passion. Today we're diving deep into the Malik Thiaw deal that's got everyone talking. Let's get into it. Let me tell you something, Malik Thiaw isn't just another defender walking through the doors of St. James' Park. This is a statement signing. While other Premier League clubs were chasing shadows, Newcastle quietly secured one of Europe's most promising centre-backs from AC Milan. The numbers tell the story. $30 million up front, with $4.3 million in add-ons. Bringing the total package to $34.3 million, that makes Thiaw Newcastle's 9th most expensive signing ever, sitting just behind Sven Botman. But here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. This deal was over a year in the making. What do you think about Newcastle finally landing their defensive target? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Eddie Howe has been tracking Thiaw since last summer. While everyone was focused on the Mark Guehi saga, Newcastle scouts were quietly building a dossier on the German international. They watched him dominate Champions League nights at the San Siro, saw him win the Supercoppa Italiana, and knew he was the perfect fit for their system. The timing couldn't be better. With Fabian Schär and Dan Burn both hitting their 30s and Sven Botman struggling with injury problems, Newcastle desperately needed defensive reinforcement. Thiaw brings that perfect blend of youth, experience, and Champions League pedigree that you simply can't buy easily in today's market. Are Newcastle finally getting their transfer strategy right? Here's what's fascinating about this deal. Thiaw actually pushed for the move. According to reports from Italy, the 24-year-old was desperate to reunite with Sandro Tonali at St. James' Park. That tells you everything about Newcastle's growing pull in European football. The German defender completed his medical at Newcastle's training ground and immediately impressed the coaching staff. Sources close to the club say Howe is absolutely buzzing about finally getting his man. This isn't just a panic buy, it's strategic recruitment at its finest. How do you think Thiaw will fit into Howe's system? Let us know your predictions. But let's talk about what Thiaw really brings to this Newcastle side. Standing at 6'4", he's got the physical presence to handle Premier League strikers. His pace allows Newcastle to play that high defensive line that Howe loves so much. Most importantly, his left foot gives them genuine balance in their back four. The reunion with Tonali is huge. These two dominated together at Milan, reaching the Champions League semi-finals in 2023. They understand each other's games. And that chemistry could be the difference between a good season and a great one for Newcastle. What the media isn't telling you. Here's the inside scoop. Newcastle had to move fast on this deal. Chelsea was sniffing around, and there were whispers that Manchester United were preparing a late bid. But Newcastle's relationship with Milan, built through the Tonali transfer, gave them the edge. The deal structure is clever too. That $4.3 million in add-ons is performance related, meaning Newcastle only pay the full fee if Thiaw hits certain targets. Given his age and potential, that could turn out to be an absolute bargain. Do you think $34 million is good value in today's market? Hit that like button if you agree. Thiaw will wear the number 12 shirt, a number that carries real history at St. James' Park. He signed a 4-year deal, keeping him here until 2029, right through what should be his peak years. That's the kind of long-term thinking that shows Newcastle are building something special. The German international brings something Newcastle have been missing: consistency at the back. While Botman has the talent, his injury record is concerning. Thiaw played 31 games for Milan last season and has a much better fitness record. Looking ahead to the season, with Thiaw in the squad, Newcastle suddenly look much stronger heading into their Champions League campaign. The depth in defense now allows Howe to rotate without compromising quality. That could be crucial over a long season with European football. The partnership with Botman looks mouth-watering on paper. Thiaw's pace complements Botman's aerial dominance perfectly. Add Tonali screening in front of them, and you've got the makings of a seriously solid defensive unit. What's your predicted Newcastle starting 11 with Thiaw in the team? Drop it in the comments. But here's what excites me most. Thiaw is only 24. This isn't just about this season or next season. Newcastle are building a defensive core that could dominate for years. With the right development, Thiaw could become one of the Premier League's elite centre-backs. The signing also sends a message to other targets. Newcastle can attract Champions League-proven players. They can compete with the big boys in the transfer market. That credibility will be massive for future deals. The bigger picture. This transfer shows Newcastle's evolution under the new ownership. They're not just throwing money around, they're making smart and strategic signings. Thiaw fits the profile perfectly. Young, talented, with room to grow, but already proven at the highest level. The fact they managed to get this deal done while dealing with all the Alexander Isak drama shows real professionalism behind the scenes. While one saga dominated headlines, Newcastle quietly secured their defensive future. Don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive Newcastle content like this. For Eddie Howe, landing Thiaw is massive. It gives him the defensive options he's been craving and allows him to be more adventurous in his tactical setup. Expect to see Newcastle play with even more attacking intent this season. The Champions League is going to be crucial for Newcastle's development, and having a defender who's been there before is invaluable. Thiaw knows what it takes to compete at that level, and that experience will be vital for the younger players in the squad. Where does this leave Newcastle now? With Thiaw secured, Newcastle's defense looks set for years to come. The combination of youth and experience, pace and power, technical ability and physicality is everything Howe could have asked for. The German international's arrival also takes pressure off other areas of the squad. Knowing the defense is solid allows Newcastle to focus their remaining transfer budget on strengthening other positions. What other positions do you think Newcastle need to strengthen? Tell us below. But most importantly, this signing shows Newcastle's ambition. They're not content with just being in the Champions League. They want to compete. They want to win trophies. They want to be mentioned alongside the Premier League's elite. Malik Thiaw might just be the signing that makes all that possible. Welcome to Newcastle. Malik, the Toon Army is ready for you. Smash that like button if you're buzzing about a Thiaw signing, and hit subscribe to never miss a Toon update. What do you think about Newcastle's transfer business so far? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay proud, stay loud, and always keep the faith. Away the lads!